In this video, we're going to show you how we get a no-tile shower surround in our basement bathroom renovation project. The first step in our no-tile shower wall system is to double waterproof it. I'm going to put a little tar paper behind my cladding, so just in case any moisture gets through, and years from now, we've got an insurance policy. That needs to be about 80. I'll throw you a quick tip here too. Want to get a straight cut in a rolled good like this? Take your knife, put it against the roll itself that's unrolled, and use the edge of the roll as a guide. A little pre-fold will eliminate a wrestling match when we put these in a few minutes. Before I get started, I also want to make sure that I've started the peel on this shower base. I don't want to be digging at that later. Couple details here. Tar paper is typically stapled. It's also not typically used in a bathroom. I'm using Spax wafer head screws instead of staples so I don't have to impact the material. It makes it much easier to adjust. If I had to do this again, however, instead of tar paper, I'd probably use a flashing tape to iron out this detail. Be easier to deal with, more dependable, and easier to manage. In order to get a piece that I can match to this radius, I somehow have to know what it is. So fortunately, whatever dope framed this gave me a little gap here, and I put it to my end reveal spot, and I trace it. Now, I'm going to use this on scrap pieces, test fit them. Once I know they fit and I've got the exact right cut and everything, then we'll make our final piece and insert one on each side. First, we'll cut the template. Template 1, test piece 1. And no. Also no. Sweet spot, baby. This is the one. A little DAP Dynaflex 260 caulk in here will create a fluid gasket that I can press this piece into. Now, quickly, this is the anatomy of this shower surround that I hasten to add no one has ever done before. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's done this. It is a 1-inch thick deck board that transitions from the shower base into the shower wall. It'll stand a little proud of the 3/4 sheet good I'm going to apply there. But before I do that, I want to check for straight with a board that I know is straight. I'll add in another gasket, another modified deck board, tie it all up with trim drive screws, add the third side, and we're ready for sheet material. I want to measure top, center, and bottom, left and right. Want to record everything in my carpenter's notebook. I'll grab a sheet of 3/4 stock. This Acre by Modern Mill is half PVC, half rice husks. I'll size it with the track saw. I love this track saw, by the way. My favorite for sure. Bring it inside. Change my grip. Oh, and I love this part. This is endemic with bathroom remodeling. It's like 4-dimensional chess. Why won't it fit? I can't see that thing above my head. Why won't it fit? I got it in here. Try it again. Hit that thing again. And then, 1, 2, skip a few.
Hi, man.
So I was gonna staple this because in all the other Acre details in our basement remodeling project, I've used narrow crown staples. And you can see there's kind of a striation in here, and the crown of the staple just buries in there. You can barely see it. Keeping with our theme, what is our theme? You can paint it, you don't have to paint it. But here, in our bathroom, no tile situation, I decided to swap over to trim drive screws. Just in case there's a ghost in this machine, I don't have to destroy this piece to get it off. I only need a few, and they'll be easy to hide later. So screws it is. Trim drive, baby. Not shown in the how-to is the why-to. Why are we building our shower surround this way? Oh, so good! The answer is we want to maximize time, we want to maximize budget, we want to minimize effort. I don't want to sound like a commercial, but if I had to hang cement board, do Thinset, cut tile, set up a tile saw, and a whole other suite of tools and notch trowels, I'd be here till forever. I get just as waterproof a system with this method as using other methods. And it takes 10% of the time, maybe. All right, so here's my rant, plumbers. This should not be allowed. All of these things, including that lavatory set over there, are all roughed in at different elevations from the wall plane. Please stop doing that to us. This placeholder for cladding is so far off the wall that I can't get an accurate mark because my piece is back here. And I have to mark each of these and cut each of them separately. It's a chafe. So what we're going to do is cut this, get an accurate mark, and get our piece installed. There, I said it, and you can't make me take it back. '75th time's a charm. So you'll run into the large piece, small room syndrome situation. It's easy to bump into stuff, get snagged and whatnot. A helper sometimes makes sense. That hole for the shower diverter, that was a mistake. Easily fixed with the plumber. It should have been one big hole. One of the many things I like about using Acre by Modern Mill, and I don't want to sound like a commercial, it's just my preferences, is that while it is half PVC, it's half not PVC. And it really works more like wood than 100% PVC. It's got a little flex to it, so I use an outfeed table at the table saw, and I use my work table at the miter saw, like I use for everything. And the dust that comes out of it is not a statically charged mess of fibers. It's dust. Nothing makes me happier than chewing up drywall I already finished. A soffit I can use in wet service is the on-ramp for this basement bathroom renovation project. There are gas pipes, there's copper, there's electric back there, that all can't be moved. The soffit is also the reason we had to use a rain shower instead of a regular shower head. Code. Huh. Here's a new feature. It fit the first time. What do you know? Numero 2. In this video, we remodel a bathroom in real time. It's 700 hours long. Like ye old glove. Lipstick note. Wipe it off as soon as you're done, or you're definitely going to see it somewhere else. Problem is, we have a little gap right here. The solution is, we screwed this together in the first place. So with that little bit of forgiveness, all we do is tuck this up and refasten. Transition time. A couple of custom cut deck boards with edges rounded over, a quick collar at the top of the shower, And some idiot cut the LVP too short, so we need a transition strip there. So a little back of the envelope no tile shower wall design tells me that we need a little storage, shampoo, razor, soap, whatever. And rather than go buy something, I'm going to take a bunch of the scraps we have left over and I'm going to make it. I did a prototype last night, and what this shows me are a few areas I can improve. So that's what we're going to do. And then we'll put this storage shelf in our no tile shower. Here's how to make the sides. I use my miter saw table and fence as an assembly center. Look at this. Line these two marks up level. Ha! Fasten. No plumbing in this wall. And install. Shower shelf. One of the main drivers of this entire basement renovation project, including the bathroom renovation project in this basement, is to maximize effort, minimize budget exposure, and not cut any corners. We can't do that. We also want to create a truly unique project for our customer. I think we did that. I think we hit the bullseye on that one. One of the other things was to create a space that you could paint if you want to, but didn't have to paint if you didn't, or if you wanted to put it off. I think we nailed that one too. So no corners cut, unique look achieved, basement remodeling.